The Axial UTB18 Capra got a refresh for 2024, and while the changes aren't huge, it does present a great opportunity to start another build. If you've followed the channel for a while, you might remember that I fully built out the UTB18 Capra when it first came out, but I've actually traded away that rig, and I've really missed the truck. So with the introduction of the new 2024 edition V2 of the UTB18 Capra, I'm really excited to jump into this and start a new project. So today we're going to dig in. I'm going to show you the key features of this. We're going to do a quick high-level overview of the truck. Go hit the trails. I'm going to give you my driving impressions, and I've also got my first set of mods that are going to go on this thing. So we'll do some comparisons with the stock truck and a lightly modified truck. This is going to be fun. I really like this rig. It's going to be fun to start a new build with it. So let's jump in and check this thing out as it is right now, and then we'll get to the fun stuff. All right, let's get into the UTB18 Capra. So this truck does come ready to run. Inside the box, you get everything you need to hit the trails, including 4 AA batteries for your radio. So I love that this comes absolutely ready to run. Inside the box, you get your detailed owner's manual. We get some additional goodies here. You get a basic wall charger. You get a T-wrench and some Allen drivers. You also get some extra hexes. This new iteration of the UTB18 Capra comes with a new battery and a new connector. So inside the package, you do get this adapter that's going to work with your EC2 connection, similar to the first model. The UTB18 comes with this Spectrum SLT2 radio. It's a 2.4 gigahertz radio, small, compact, nice for one-handed driving. We got steering trim, steering rate on the other side. We do have a throttle limiter here, so you can do 100%, 75%, or 50% if you wanted to limit the throttle output. Here is the UTB18 itself. Now this is an 18th scale truck, although it is big for an 18th scale. This is a scaled version of a trail buggy, hence the name, Ultimate Trail Buggy. We've got a molded plastic cage here. We've got scaled drivers inside here. You can turn their heads. They've got some stickered gauge clusters here, a little GPS screen on the passenger side. We have Lexan body panels all around. Now this is the Fox livery. It does come in the green. It has the Axial livery as well. The 2 livery options do not change for this 2024 refresh. The baby Capra's got rock lights, headlights, and a bright LED light bar. When this thing is in the dark, it puts out a ton of light. We've got adjustable coilover oil-filled shocks at all 4 corners. The baby Capra's riding on these 1.55-inch plastic raceline wheels. They've got painted beadlock rims matching the livery that it comes in. Wrapped around those wheels and glued on are these 1.55-inch Nitto Trail Grappler tires. These have a nice soft feel to them, very soft insert here. The wheels are vented, which allows for a lot of conformity with these tires. Underneath here, we can see the Capra's got nice flat skid with these awesome boat sliders on here. These do a great job of sliding over rocks. We've got metal lower links, composite upper links. We've got plastic slider style drive shafts front and rear. Big beefy portal axles front and rear on this. You can see these are stamped with the Curry logo. Great scale look on these portal axles. We have metal ring and pinion gears inside the portals, and we've got metal portal gears out by the wheels. In the front, we retain the CV style drive shafts, which is unfortunate because these are notorious for breaking. Would have been great if they'd gone to a U-joint style, but we're going to be looking at the aftermarket to help strengthen those. Steering the Capra, we've got a standard size servo, which is great. If you want to upgrade this and get some serious speed and power out of your steering, you can certainly do so. We retain the same 37-turn 380 size brushed dynamite motor, although the ESC is different. We can see it peaking in there. Slightly reworked ESC, but still no throttle input here, which is unfortunate. So if you want to go add an upgraded external ESC, you're going to have to change out the whole combination. I do feel like, though, with the revised ESC that we do get a better drag brake. That could be anecdotal. I need to get this compared with the V1. But first impressions driving this, I do feel like it has an improved drag brake. Coming up to the front here to open this up to access the battery. You can pop open the hood and you have your battery in here. This is really one of the primary changes here. We've got a new battery and a plug. Comes with this 650 milliamp Spectrum battery with this IC2 plug, no balance lead, it's all integrated into this one plug. In stock form, the UTB18 Capra has a weight distribution of 56% front, 44% rear. We've got a 50-50 weight distribution side to side. So overall, not a bad situation for the stock truck. This is with the battery installed also. Driving impressions with the V2 UTB18 Capra feels very similar to the previous iteration. This is a very capable mid-scale crawler. It's much bigger than an SCX24 and much bigger than most other 18th scale crawlers. The TRX-4M, for example, the FCX18 are going to look small next to this thing. So the performance that you're able to get out of the UTB18 Capra is very impressive. So it's actually a really unique vehicle because you're able to take it in places where many of the 10th scales aren't going to be able to go because they're too big, but you're going to get significantly more capability and performance than you will with a smaller truck. In my experience, it seems to favor rocky, moderately challenging trails, which makes sense because it is a ultimate trail buggy. The portal axles do a great job of skimming over small, mid-sized rocks. The standard size servo in this small of a chassis provides a lot of strength. You're able to navigate really well, and the truck is surprisingly fast. It's got quite a bit of wheel speed, so it can keep ahead of you during a brisk walk, and it has plenty of power if you almost want to rock bounce style your way over obstacles and up trails. And because of that and the versatility of this little thing, it starts to grow on you really fast. I find that this is a very enjoyable truck. Driving this in stock form really reminded me of how much fun I had with mine before I started to over improve it. A couple of complaints in stock form. I would really like to see some better slow speed engagement, some more slow crawl ability, and that ESC is painfully whiny. It makes a terrible screech as you're going along. I do feel like the drag brake is stronger on this one. I mentioned this before, but having it out in the real terrain and really driving it in the real world definitely feels like a big improvement over the previous iteration. It holds really strong on declines, and to me that translates into real world performance gains. Now I do have to get the V1 and V2 next to each other to give that a shot, but first driving impressions of this truck, it does feel like the drag brake is improved. The tires and suspension do a good job of getting this thing up and over tough obstacles. It feels a little light as well and could definitely benefit from some more weight to give it a more planted feel, but we're going to address that soon. But overall driving impressions in stock form with the V2, this is a lot of fun and really, again, reminds me of how much I enjoyed this truck. Now, as good as the UTB18 is in stock form, you know we can't leave anything alone. So I already got my first set of mods that we're going to put on this thing. I did learn my lesson with my last UTB18 Capra though. I feel like this truck reaches the point of diminishing returns pretty quickly. So I'm going to keep it basic with this one. So let's take a look at the mods that we got for this thing. Then we'll throw them on, do some more measurements, and then go hit the trail to see how much we gained in terms of performance. So let's check it out. All right, let's take a look at our first set of goodies here. Let's take a look at the tires and wheels. So I think tires and wheels are the first and probably the most impactful modification you can do to an RTR. And what's cool about the UTB18 Capra is that it accepts 1.9 inch wheels. So if you wanted to, you've got a ton of big options for this thing as far as wheel and tires go. I initially went with 1.9s on my first UTB18 Capra, and I think it was too big. So in this build, I'm going with the 1.55. I've got the Trio 1.55 beadlock wheels. These are a great wheel, super nice quality. They look great, nice 5-star design. Very heavy, solid construction on these things. They do come in a variety of different colors. I went with straight black on this one. I think it'll look really good on the orange. I wrapped these in 1.55 inch Proline Super Swamper tires in Predator compound. These are a super scaled version of the TSL Super Swampers. Great tire. Not only do they look fantastic, these things perform really well in a variety of different conditions, and that Predator compound for Proline is just fantastic. These are slightly larger than stock, not extremely large, but I think these are going to give the Capra a really nice aggressive look without compromising the scale look of it. Next up, we want to try to improve that weight distribution. Even though it's good out of the box, we want to bias that a little further towards the front, and to try to do that, we've got some Me Us Racing portal housings and portal covers. Now these things look fantastic. Black coated brass with the Me Us Racing logo on it. We've got the raw unfinished edges on here. Pairing those with the outer portal covers. Now these are very heavy. Lots of brass here. These are going to give us great unsprung weight up front, down low, right where we want it. Again, fantastic fit and finish on these. The black brass with the raw edges. Great looking piece of hardware, and also super functional with all that weight down low. Inside the portals in the front, we're going to swap out the gears, and we're going to put in these Axial optional overdrive gears for the front. Overdriving the front simply means the front tires are going to spin faster. That's going to give you a slightly better turning radius and also help moderately on uphills. This is a super inexpensive modification from Axial at only $7. The performance gains are well worth the small cost of these. So while we're in there doing the portal covers, we might as well do this mod as well. Guys, had to do a quick pivot here. Got the Mias Racing covers on here, but they do not fit. If you can see that, the outer portal covers are too big. Even with the Mias Racing inner portals, they don't seal properly. You can see the gears are totally exposed there, which I was willing to forgive. I could just grease that up, but if I can get that to focus, I can't get the axle pin through the outer shaft because it doesn't seal tight enough. So what I've had to do is take those off, and I put some little guy racing parts, portal boxes on here and outer portal covers. Now these aren't as heavy as the Mias Racing, so we'll see what we gain as far as weight distribution goes, but the fit and finish on these is perfect. Alright, here is the upgraded baby Capra. Not a lot of visual changes outside of the wheels and tires. Able to get the little guy racing parts, inner portal boxes and outer covers on there with no issues. Bummed out I couldn't get those Mias Racing heavy ones on there, but we'll see when we get this on the scales what we gained as far as weight up front. Tires and wheels, really happy with the tire and wheel combo. The Super Swamper tires look super scale on this buggy chassis. Really pumped with that tire. Can't wait to try out the Predator compound on the rocks. The Trio wheels, nice and heavy. I think the majority of the weight's going to come from those wheels. So overall, really pumped with it. Minor changes at first here, but I like the direction that we're going. I'm going to keep it modest, like I said. This is a great first step. So I'm going to throw this on the corner scales and see how our weight distribution looks, and then we're going to go hit the rocks. Right, here we are on the corner scales. Unfortunately, didn't gain a whole lot. We're up to 57.43. Very minor improvement. So it is improvement, shifting that weight towards the front. So while I was hoping to see more improvement as far as weight distribution goes, let's go hit the trails and see how this does. Okay, we're out here with the UTB18 Capra. The weather is not cooperating today. It is bitter cold, windy out here. It rained all night last night, but we're going to try to make the most of it here. A slightly different spot today. Another part of the gravel pit. We got some more rocks, some more challenging things for this truck. Should be better. Okay. Tires look great on here. Love the look of this truck with these mods. Oh, yeah, look at these things. Never run these before, so we're just scrubbing these tires in. A good shakedown run here. Boy, they look good though. Nice. Get up more into the incline here, see if we can challenge this a little bit more. It's making quick work of this section now, no issues. Take the hard line here. That was great. Man, the ground clearance, the grip from those tires, I didn't think it was going to pull that off. So we're just a couple of minutes in, and I'm already really impressed with the Capra setup here. You know, I was a little discouraged about not being able to get all that weight on the front, but man, this thing's doing great. We really crushed that other section. I'm walking down the trails here trying to find something more challenging for the baby Capra here. Got some good washouts. One good thing from the weather last night and all the rain, we got some good gnarly rocky washouts to try this thing at. I think slippery and sandy here. Oh, I think we got it though. Nice. The Capra does really good at this type of terrain. All right, let's do one more line here. This is a great spot here, one of my favorites with the bigger scales. See how this little thing does. I'm having a lot of fun out here despite the non-cooperative weather. Well, I'm really impressed with the little Capra here. I wasn't expecting it to do as good as it is. For just the small things that we did, we've got a great setup here. I love how it looks. I love the performance that we've got out of it. We've maintained the UTB18 or the UTB style. Love it. Take the harder route here. This is going to be tricky. Get pinched up through here, we'll see. Oh, maybe not. Super planted with all that weight. Wow. I'm impressed. Made pretty easy work of that. I was expecting that to be super challenging. All right, guys, I'm frozen out here, but I had a lot of fun. So I'm gonna hang out for a little bit longer and then I'll see you back at the bench and we'll wrap this up. All right, guys, the weather did not cooperate with us this weekend. Still had a lot of fun out there with the UTB18. The minor upgrades that we did certainly improved the looks of this truck. Love the Super Swamper tires on here and the Trio beadlocks from an exterior appearance standpoint. Also feel like we gained some good performance. These tires hook up fantastic with the Predator compound. Love these Proline tires. The extra weight down low, even though we didn't skew it to the front as much as I wanted to, still makes the thing feel much more planted. So all in all, had a great time with the UTB18 V2 out there on the rocks. The V2 does offer an opportunity for you to snag the V1 at a discounted price. If they're still out there at the time of this recording, you can save some money and grab their V1. I was able to grab this green one before Horizon sent me over the V2 to check out at a pretty deep discount. I think they're still available now. So while I wouldn't unload my V1 UTB18 Capra for the V2, it is nice to see that Horizon has refreshed this thing. Means it's going to stick around for a while, and I'm good with that because this is a great little truck. Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of the UTB18 Capra, and what should we do next to this thing? As always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.